Well, this man's just rolled in on the back of a whirlwind trip. He's the most stylish cricketer I know, so I questioned what I should wear this morning. I think I've got it horribly wrong. Adam Zampa, welcome to the Howie Games. How are you?
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind few days. It's not very often you travel to the other side of the world for one game. I don't know if I'd do it again. But yeah, I've mentioned over the last few days a couple of times how much I enjoy that competition, and obviously playing for a team that I've played for in the past, and we've now won it 3 times in a row. It feels like it was worth it.
So this is a great way to start, because this is the perfect example of the modern cricketer. So you're hanging in your luxurious Byron Bay pad at some stage last week. We're talking about the 100 in England. So what happens to Rashid Khan? Where does he go? And when does someone ring you and say, righto, Guru, we need you?
So it was never on the cards until I think Tom Moody got a surprise from Afghanistan cricket saying we need Rash for, I think it's the Asia Cup. And the boys, apparently, they're all in a huddle. They're like, Tom Moody was like, bad news, Rash has to leave. And they're like, what's Zamps doing? So we're playing the top end series, and that's when it kind of all kicked off. Mood said, can you play? Originally, I was down to play the Blast finals for Surrey as well.
Yep.
So it made sense, but then that didn't go through. But it's no brainer for me. I enjoyed it so much.
So when did you get on a plane?
Thursday.
So you left Australia. Where'd you fly out of?
Flew out of Brisbane.
On Thursday?
Arrived Thursday 4-ish in the afternoon.
So now, take us into the world of the jet-setting international cricketer. Are you in economy? Are you in business? Or are you in first courtesy of London?
I'm in business.
Business, okay.
The best part about it all is that I was packing my bags, and I was like, it's 4 days. What do I need? I need a couple of nice T-shirts to roam around London in case I have a couple of pints of Guinness. That's right, I've got to play a game of cricket, so I packed my spikes.
Right.
My bolays.
Of course.
No cricket gear. So if I had to bat, I was...
So it was not, you didn't take a bat with you?
Nah, I just thought, why bother? If I have to bat, then it's probably for 2 balls. There's no point in taking a whole cricket kit.
So when do you arrive in London?
Thursday night.
Thursday night. You played for the Invincibles.
Oval Invincibles.
Yeah. You played for them before. Did you know all your teammates?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know all them. Do you get a training session in?
We get one session at Lord's on Saturday.
Right.
So I've had, Thursday, Friday there to relax, and then train Saturday, play Sunday, and head out Monday. And
so you roll in and you bowl. So I thought, well, he's going there for 4 overs, but obviously it's not 4 overs. 20 deliveries, 1 for 21. Congratulations. What is the adjustments you have to make when you're jet lagged? You're all of a sudden there. You haven't been playing with the team, bang, away you go. Or is it that programmed what you do now, that it's just, this is what I do, this is how I get paid, and this is what I need to execute? It's fascinating, really.
It is. If it was for a team that I hadn't played for, with guys that I hadn't known and a coach that I hadn't known, it was probably no-go. But the fact that I knew exactly what I was rolling into, they know me, I know them, it was a bit easier. But yeah, take an anti-inflammatory before the game, roll a couple out, and then hopefully it doesn't hurt too much. It didn't. We were in control of the game for most of the time, so it wasn't it was pretty relaxing the whole time.
Didn't need to bat?
Didn't need to bat, didn't need to put the gear on, which is the first thing I thought of.
So if you had to bat, who in your team are you going to say, hey, excuse me, can I borrow your bat?
Well, sponsored by Gunner Moore, so I had to do a bit of preparation before I went over, just to make sure that someone in the team had some stuff. So they did, luckily. It was good, mate.
What time did the final finish?
Final finish at about 9:30 on Sunday night.
Sunday night UK time, and then what happened? You win the title.
Yep.
So you've been a massive part of this squad all year by playing one game, but you come in at the right time of year.
Yeah.
How does, in franchise cricket, how do you celebrate a win in a franchise competition?
Honestly, my biggest anxiety over the 2 or 3 days that I was there was like, we don't win this game. That flight home after a little bit of jet lag and all that, it's going to be rough. But winning it was, it's not like winning when you're a part of a squad for the whole season like I was last year and we won it. It was certainly a different feeling to hopping in for one game. But again, it felt like being a part of all 3 years there and being there for the last final before the 100 go through some probably wholesale changes before next season. It felt better than not being there. That's for sure.
So you have a couple of beers or a Guinness with your teammates, or what's your? So you win at 9 o'clock Sunday night. What time's your flight out?
Not until 10 p.m. Monday.
Oh, so you've got a full 25 hours of downtime.
Sunday night for me was probably more quiet than Monday. I had, the best part about London for me is standing outside on a cobblestone street in a quiet mews having a pint of Guinness. So I had 4 or 5 Guinness with some good friends and got on a flight, and now
you're here in Brisbane.
Here I am.
So do you have to pinch yourself, Zamps? We'll get through to your cricket journey, but it is extraordinary that the modern cricketer does things like that, and just as equally, it's a massive positive that someone on the other side of the world thinks, right, Adam Zampa up there in Byron Bay can whip out here and help us win a title. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it that way, mate.
Well, it is.
To be honest, I think, as I said before, I probably wouldn't have done it for any other team or any other competition. It's one I feel pretty passionately about. I've enjoyed it in the past. But yeah, for Tom Moody to give me a call and say, "Can you come and get the job done for us?" It gives you that bit of a kick, that someone feels like they need you to be there to help them get it done. Probably didn't in the end, but yeah, it's nice, mate. And little things like looking back a year ago and playing franchise final at Lords, I thought can't. It's hard to miss opportunities like that. There's a lot of franchise cricket that you play, in particular, even like World Cups, you don't make finals and you're kind of kicking yourself wishing how much you were there and part of that experience. So it was fun again.
And how do you go slipping in and out of the family routine? So you're married to Harriet?
Yep.
And you've got little Eugene?
Yep.
How old is Eugene?
Eugene's 3 now.
Right, so how do you go flipping in and out of international cricket mode, it's about me as an athlete, to now I'm at home and I'm grounded and I need to give back to my family?
Yeah, it's been I suppose, a learning experience over the last few years, being a father and owning a property and being a partner, being a husband. My wife and I have a kind of a flexible rule around how long I've been away, but usually if it's been a really long stint away, I need that maybe 3 or 4 day leeway to remember how to start the mower again, or be a dad and remember a drink bottle and things like that.
It's hard to just click straight back into it, isn't it?
But it's on the other shoe. Getting back into cricket is also, particularly where I live and kind of out of the system a little bit, where I don't have the facilities that I have and I go to all the time. To slip back into cricket's also it's a challenge as well.
Tell us where you live, because I once famously said on the Big Bash coverage, and the boys pulled me up, that you had miniature goats. And then we were analysing the photos, and Gilly was like, and boys like, I don't think they're miniature, they're real size. So I've got this idea of like a Byron Bay commune with all these hippies wandering around, tie-dye, which I must admit I love. That's sort of something I can connect to. But is this the life you are living? Whereabouts are you, and what is the property? And are the goats full size or are they miniature?
We'll get the goats out of the way first. They're
Okay.
full-size goats.
But they're little full-size goats.
They're smallish goats.
How many goats do you have?
3. The goats are a funny story. Actually, when we were living in Adelaide, I owned a smallish property, 10 acres. And my wife's mum had a goat who she needed something to do with. We were like, well, just come let us live its life out here with us.
What was that goat called?
Molly.
Molly.
And Molly started to get a bit fatter and fatter.
Oh, Molly arrived pregnant.
Arrived pregnant. Just get
thanks
fatter
for
and
that.
fatter and fatter, and had these two kids, and then
And they were named?
Woody and Flora. So they're pets, mate. They're pet goats.
Right. Full size though, not miniature.
Full size, not miniature.
How did they end up in Byron Bay?
So we went and bought a trailer maybe 2 days before we left to move.
Right.
Tarped it up, covered it up, and they basically did the trip. We did 13 hours to Dubbo.
Right. With the non-miniature full-size goats in the back?
Yep. Just doing their thing in the back. Wake up early the next morning, drive another 12 hours to the property.
Tell me about the property. Where is it and what's the setup like?
Property. It's It's just outside a small town called Bangalore.
Okay, beautiful,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah, on the way to Lismore there.
Is Bangalore the one with the trees down the main?
Yes, it
Street.
is. Yeah, main street. It's got, it's like basically a tiny high street. It's got a bowler, a pub.
An amazing Italian.
Yeah,
I went
amazing.
not long
Chow,
ago.
mate, it's called.
That's it.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was there 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Elite.
Yeah, beautiful part of the world. Pinch myself every day when I drive through it, especially when I come back from a tour. I'm like, this is
Heaven.
absolute fairy tale.
So you're out the back of there somewhere?
Out the back of there, 66 acres.
And what happens on this acreage?
Well, honestly, my wife and I made a decision when we were living in Adelaide that we'd had enough of it. No family. I was going away a lot and she was kind of isolated there. So we basically made the decision to move to wherever we want to. And that was where we wanted to live. We were after like 5 or 10 acres, ideally somewhere as a little hobby farm. And then I'm a sucker for natural bodies of water.
Yeah.
It's like she hates it. Basically wherever we are in the world, I need to get in the ocean or get in a pond or a lake or a creek or something just to, I don't know, clean my, clear my head out a bit.
Cleanse your soul.
Cleanse my soul. And then we found this property that was 66 acres. It was way too big, way too much work, but it had a creek that wraps around it, swimming holes, and I was like,
So you can swim on your property?
need this. Yeah. We have like 5 or 6 swimming holes around the creek, and so we made the decision to get 66 acres, and it's been some teething issues throughout. Don't worry, it's been stressful.
What's been the biggest issue from a land perspective, Zamps, as a farmer?
Hey, we live in the tropics.
Right.
Once it rains a bit, the grass grows this much every day. So
Is there
it's
big snakes up there?
the snakes, brown
Right.
snakes. We're dealing with brown snakes and pythons and red-bellied black snakes almost every week. So
And is there animals on this Ponderosa?
yeah, we have an adjustment agreement. So a guy who runs his cattle. We've got a couple of horses of our own, goats. Yeah, it's a hobby farm. We've done a couple of events on there, weddings, and my wife's actually got an art studio on there. She works from. So
it's a beautiful, creative space.
yeah, we've got an Airbnb cabin.
Yeah, you rent it out.
Yeah,
Do people know that they come to stay with Australia's greatest white ball spinner?
I hope not. I don't know about that.
Charging double. Throwing a little afternoon barbie with Zamps.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean, like a few things just to make a bit of money out of it, so it's ticking itself over a bit. But yeah, it's a hobby. It's like the kind of place where I dream of just hopefully living and working when cricket's done. If I can somehow have the ability to make a little bit of money from it and be there full time, being dad, and then Harriet goes and does what she wants to do, then that's the kind of the dream for me.
A lot of people listen to this. I'm very privileged to live in a small little town by the name of Barwon Head, so hour and a half out of Melbourne, right on the ocean, right on a river. And I've seen my kids who are 15 and 13 now, I've seen both of them grow up there, and the freedom they have to roam. That's that old expression, it takes a village to raise a child. That's the way it's sort of approached there. So sporting facilities, primary schools, beach, surf, it's all within walking distance. You're a young fella, Eugene, like what a introduction to the world that young man is having, just out there with swimming holes and animals. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's where it gets to a lot of time with, like, basically once a summer. I reckon it gets to a point where the property's so stressful and it feels like hard work, where I'm like, I'm getting rid of this thing, I'm getting 5 acres, I need to sell this place. And then I imagine what it's like for my kids to be a little bit older and live there, and I'm like, can't do that. And then you have days there where it's just like you pinch yourself, all your food's grown there. You spend the day in the orchard.
What type of orchard you got?
Everything. Like,
Really?
anything that grows tropically, lemons, limes.
You got mangoes up there?
Mangoes.
Oh, just adding to the Airbnb.
Yeah.
Homemade Adam Zampa mango jam or something.
Avocados, all those things. So you spend a bit of time doing a bit of work around the property, and then you spend the afternoon having a fire and having a beer, and you jump in your creek, and you're in your sauna, and you have an ice bath, and it's like, it's insane. So it's been, as I said, teething issues. It's been 5.5 years there now, but it's unbelievable life.
So many. I don't think there's such a thing as a stereotypical Australian cricketer. I've learnt that, but you are the opposite of the stereotypical Australian cricketer. Well, you are. There's things I want to talk to you about, and I said to you, Zamps, before we get into your cricket journey, I don't spend too much time. I got to interview the 4 quicks here just before you, and Fox had laid out a nice suit. And I'm like, I'm not a suit guy. It's beautiful up here in Brisbane, but I thought I need to come with a little bit of sizzle today because I know my man Zamps is the most fashionable athlete I know. So firstly, best you describe what you're wearing today from head to toe. What are you going with?
God, I've kind of underdone myself here now.
No, you haven't.
I've got the Solomons on.
Yep. So a black sneaker
Black sneaker,
with a black sock.
black sport socks.
Yep.
Mind you, so I've travelled straight from London, so I've come with...
So you haven't been home yet?
No, I haven't been home.
Right. So tell me about your shorts, because
Adidas sponsored shorts.
But they're a bit of a retro type vibe.
Yeah, a bit of a retro vibe, and then
the shirt's
like it's this brand Lariat.
Lariat. So you got Lariat Farmhouse.
Melbourne based.
So it's a hat and shirt combo.
Lariat, yeah.
And this interests me. So you pulled Dennis Lilly. This is a podcast, so I need to describe it. There's 6 buttons on this shirt, of only which 3 are done up, which I'm going to have to start. I need to undo a couple of mine so I feel better around you. So is this
That's better. Now you just need the chain.
Well,
you need the chain.
So is the 3-button a conscious effort, or because you pull it off?
That's just me. If I was going to say talk about one of my best attributes, it's probably the fact that I have chest hair.
I've got to do mine up next.
It took me a long time to grow any hair, and now I've got chest hair and a couple of tattoos there. I need to get it out there into the world.
And you got the chain and the earring. I've looked on your Instagram, and this is a podcast, so it's not really visual, but of all the outfits, I wanted to show you this one. This is my favourite. This is my favourite. This is the favourite of one I could find, right? There's one that I can't find that I need you to describe to me. Here we go. I took photos. Here we go.
I'm nervous now.
No, don't be nervous. Here we go. So this is my favourite Adam Zampa outfit of all time that I could find. I think it's walking, I don't know where it's walking into, but you need to, that is elite. You need to describe it because we are an audio. That I think it was on the GQ magazine. I don't know what. Tell me what you're wearing.
Yeah, I can explain this day to you as well. So I've obviously talked up playing for the Oval Invincibles.
Yes.
And I'm kind of bloke to talk so much shit when I'm in a group like that. Like I've gone, boys, we're the best franchise you can play for in world. Like,
correct.
Everyone wants to come to the Oval. Everyone hates us. They want to be here. So let's like do something to show them why we're so rock star.
And this is rock star.
So 2 years in a row now. They did it this year before I arrived as well. Whenever we played London Spirit at the Oval.
Yep.
NBA style kind of show up.
Sizzle in fashion.
Sizzle. And then once we beat them, because we always do, get back in the kit and go to a pub and enjoy ourselves.
So describe this kit from head to toe.
Oh, it's got the Adidas Sambas, the red Sambas.
In red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the calculator watch on.
Yeah.
Casio calculator watch.
The Nathan Ellis special.
It's on backwards, but it's a vintage Eagles 1995 tour hat.
But it's backwards.
It's backwards.
Yes.
AirPods in.
Yes.
Necklace with a sword, which I don't know where that's gone.
It's a tailored pants.
Bonds singlet.
It's a Bond singlet, and over the top you sort of got a tailored pant and jacket.
Tailored vintage pant jacket. Yeah, it's a.
You haven't described the bag to me yet, which is my personal piece de resistance.
Yeah.
What is that?
It was a purchase. It was a purchase that morning.
How do you describe that? It's a little sort of brown man bag.
Yeah, it's a brown man bag. I actually don't think it was made for a man, but man bag for the day.
It is an outstanding.
I think the only thing in there might be my AirPods case.
I love it. The outfit I couldn't find. Again, I'm getting too stuck into fashion on what is not a visual presentation. But I remember you at somewhere I saw you before I knew you, and you had what I could only describe as like the 1960s housewives. I think they used to call it a house coat. Like it was a 3/4 length flowery coat ensemble that went sort of down to your knees.
I remember it.
It was outstanding.
Yeah.
It was, I need to spend some time getting to know this fella.
David Warner gave me so much shit for wearing that.
Yeah, but look what David Warner wears.
Yeah, I know. That's what gave me the confidence to keep wearing it.
So I've got the Stan Smiths on the white shorts and a crisp blue shirt. Like, how far off am I? If you are 10 cool, where am I currently sitting?
You do,
Be
you,
honest.
Howie. You
No,
do.
yeah, but in your world, if I said this is what you're going to wear, what are you giving yourself?
I just wouldn't.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to get to cricket, but now we need to talk about tattoos. So you got your goats on your arm?
Yep, they're the goats.
What's this? This taxi?
That's from a movie, The Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh,
Don't know if you've ever seen
I
it.
have seen
Yeah,
that.
especially Not a
Good
Genius.
film. What do you got on this side?
Well, this is the 2 World Cups
Ah, so
held by Larry David.
why is Larry David, the creator of Seinfeld, holding your 2 World
I
Cups?
honestly don't really know.
Well, you've walked into the tattoo parlor.
I always wanted to get a Larry David tattoo.
Right.
And then once we tick this World Cup off,
Yeah.
I come up with the idea of him holding them both and saying, pretty good.
And what's the tattooer say when you roll in there and say, oh, there's someone 2 World Cups, Larry David, a pretty good tattoo?
No questions asked.
No
Let's do
questions
it.
asked.
Let's do it. How big do you want it?
You've got either a leopard or a cheetah and a butterfly on your
Butterfly.
chest.
Yep. I've got a couple here. I've got a man looking into a mirror with a dog looking back at him.
Which means?
Got the dog in you. They're all pretty eclectic, mate. A lot of them are just there because they're there.
I love it.
Some have a bit of meaning, but
I love it. How has the journey of being a very individual athlete in a very conservative sport been? Not in a bad way, but just in a, as I said, you're not the stereotypical cricketer, which is why I love you.
yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty difficult question to answer because I feel like everyone in the team is different in their own way.
True.
Certainly being a part of the team, Australian team for 10 years now, I've seen a definite change in welcoming young people who are different.
Which is cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's great now. I reckon when I first started playing, it was slightly different.
Well, how did you... So when you started playing first class cricket, well, you were still a pretty short back and size man at that point, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even from a cricketing sense, feeling like you can be different or feeling welcomed into a... I was 17 when I first was in the New South Wales squad, and I had a lot of guys who were playing Test cricket around, and that was, I reckon, a lot different to how I feel Australian players
In what way?
felt. Maybe I'm in my own head, but I probably felt I wasn't really good enough. I was playing a bit of second 11 cricket. I was young and I was looking up to these guys, and on occasion they made you feel
Yep.
this small. And I'd like to think we see kids now and make them feel as good as us, welcome, can be who you want, kind of thing. So there's definitely been some change, but I reckon over time I've realised and seen that people have their own different ways of going about things. I hang out with a lot of people who aren't in cricket, and I feel like that's normal, or
Yeah, your people.
my people, but also I get along with everyone in the team and love playing for Australia, love everyone in the Australian team, and I feel like I can be myself and everyone can be themselves. So it's gradual change over time, but it's good where it is now.
It's good to hear. I'm going to get to the start of your journeys, Ants. Bear with me one more time. So you're up in this 60 plus hectare plantation up the back of Byron Bay, Bangalore. You're being called around the world to represent your country and other franchises, but it's not like you can roll down to New South Wales SCG and have a bowl in the nets. So where's the weirdest places you've prepared? Like, did you roll down to the Byron Bay Cricket Club, or is there? I'm sure there is a Byron Bay Cricket Club.
There's a list of places now, so I'm actually quite lucky, particularly in the summer, where I can call up a couple of clubs. Ballina Bears.
The Ballina Bears.
Ballina Bears.
Are they on syntho or turf?
Turf.
Turf. That noise in the background, for those listening to the podcast, we're at Allan Border Field and there's a bloke doing a magnificent job just clipping the grass behind us. So the Ballina Bears, where else have you rolled down?
So that's Gold Star.
Right.
Couple wicket.
Right.
club comes down, everyone gets around it.
Yep.
Kids are there. It's a good time, you know, like, especially growing up in the country.
Yep.
And I remember seeing Brett Lee when I was a kid in the local shopping centre. We grew up in the same area, and I was just so starstruck. So,
I bet.
you know, living in the country now, having that as an option for training, but then seeing how the club gets around it and the kids coming down, that's like the gold star.
So is there kids with stars in their eyes when you roll down?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's actually a really good couple of hours.
So that's the top standard.
Yeah.
Where else have we gone down the?
Well, big property. Got the gravel road that goes from the front up to the back, and was desperate one day.
Yeah.
So I had the Solomons on, and I think a cardboard box, and my dad with a baseball mitt on, and we'd try to mark out the wicket, and I had the lines in the gravel.
And you were bowling.
Yeah, it was rogue. It wasn't my best one, that.
What was that to prepare for?
Probably an ODI or a T20.
For Australia. I love that.
Yeah. Because me and Kane Richardson are quite, you know, we're best mates, and he's just moved 10 minutes down the road.
Has he? Richo has.
Yeah, and he's always seen how I've prepared, and I've always been open and honest about how I'm feeling going into something. And he, you know, if I roll up first game and get 3 for, he messages me and says, "I don't know how the hell you've done that, how that's
You've been
happened."
bowling on the gravel with your old man.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some teething issues. Next thing is to try and get a wicket on the property. That'd be nice.
We on turf or synthetic?
It's got to be synth though. Rained
Right.
so much. I think it
Right.
might have to be indoors, but currently working on that one.
And you mentioned Richo. You two are both vegan. That is so cool that you said you grow a lot of your own food on your property. Is that a I don't want to hurt animals choice? Is it just I feel better choice? And how do you roll with that? I'd imagine probably in India looking at it's probably pretty easy, but how much do you have to, when you get to change rooms, work your way through that? Or is it all catered for?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's catered for. It's
Because, like, again, at the start of your career, I reckon if you're rolling into the New South Wales change room and saying, I want vegan for lunch, you're probably getting a few sideways looks.
there's been some teething issues again from time to time, but yeah, I mean the choice is always around lifestyle and
Yep.
things like that. It's honestly, I don't even really think about it. I don't even like call myself vegan anymore. You know, like
That's just who you are.
yeah, it's just it's really easy. And then on the other part of the question about growing your own food, it's a really nice way to be able to live as well. Like we will grow most of our food at home, 50 to 60%, and then I reckon the other 40% we get from the local farmers market on a Saturday. So it's a nice way to just kind of live and eat and grow, and it's also really cool to show your kids how to grow food, and it's a great way to spend an hour in the afternoon having a beer. It's probably the favourite part of me owning a property is spending time with the family, cooking homegrown food, weeding the gardens, you know, doing all that stuff and having a beer.
I got seriously sidetracked. We'll go back to the start. Where'd you grow up, and when does cricket first enter your world?
I grew up on the south coast of New South Wales, a small beachside town called Warilla.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's kind of grown into an extension of Sydney now. Yeah. It's quite populated, but it was small town suburbia, and I grew into cricket in Warilla with my dad. My dad was a mad cricketer.
Tell us about your dad, because I think that's tied to your nickname, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. If you Google Adam Zampa, the first thing that always pops up on Wikipedia is that my dad played for country New South Wales. And I've said that in an interview in the past, and it's now gotten onto the internet.
You've played how many times for your country?
He's never played for country New South Wales.
Right, no.
I don't know why I said it. I think he might have played for Southern Country New South Wales.
What's his name?
Darren Zampa.
Darren. His nickname was?
So he's old school movie ZORBA the Greek, and he basically looked exactly like the actor. So
he was ZORBA, and then you became ZORBA.
Well, he was ZORBA, and I was young whippersnapper going to cricket, watching him play for Warilla, and I got the nickname Little ZORBA. Now he's Old ZORBA. I'm just Zorba.
You're just Zorba.
And now my little fella's little Zorba.
Is he? He's little Zorba. So who do you first play a structured game of cricket for?
Warilla Kookaburras.
In the under whats?
Under 10s.
Under 10s.
Against the Oak Flats Rats, I
Oh,
reckon.
you remember it against the Rats?
Yeah, I remember it.
I'll just wait for
Bit
old
too
mate.
close.
He's probably listening to the Howie Games under
Yeah,
those
he
headphones. Okay, so the under 10s against the Flats. What happened? How old are you?
I was 6.
6.
Yeah, so I wanted to get into it ASAP. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of teams, so I remember playing it against Oak Flats Rats. But yeah, that's my core memory of being a kid. It was
Battle bowler?
everything, mate.
Right.
Yeah.
Spin?
Nah.
No. Sharp?
Rockets.
Rockets?
Yeah. My hero was Brett Lee growing up.
Was it?
Yeah, he was Oak Flats Rats, and
Of course.
Dad speaks about playing against Bingo when he was, I reckon Bingo was 15.
Oh, how fast would you be?
Dad reckons he smacked him everywhere.
Yeah.
How fast can you be at 15? But
I don't know.
I reckon he was pretty fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, we grew up in the same area, and Dad spoke about playing against him, and then he was playing for Australia, and I was watching him. I couldn't believe that someone who lived 5 minutes down the road was playing for Australia. So I wanted to have like the gold bracelet
Yep.
that he used to wear.
Yep.
I wanted an earring, and I wanted like the undercut, so that when I ran into bowl, my hair would flat backwards like Bingus. So like my cricketing hero was Brett Lee.
What was your first bat?
First cricket bat.
Yeah.
Kookaburra Ridgeback.
Kookaburra Ridgeback.
Yeah.
Was it a Christmas present? Was it go to the shops with your old man? Was it a hand-me-down?
Shops with old man.
Shops with old man.
Yeah.
It's a big day when you get your first bat.
Yeah. Kingsgrove. It was Kingsgrove Sports. That was the
Sport.
best day of the year when Dad would drive out once a year to get some new kit. But I reckon the Kookaburra Ridgeback was the first bat.
And describe the setup in the backyard. I love asking this of international cricketers. What was the Zampa backyard? Was there certain things out, not out? How did it all play out?
Front yard.
Front
cricket,
yard.
Pavement. Couple of crooked pavers, so there was a bit in the wicket. Fence right there to the leg side, so I can't really. That's why. Well, no, I'm not a. I know I'm not a batter. I'm not a 10 or 11. But
So you can't whip up your hips?
can't whip off the legs.
So
But if
there's
you
a
give me
fence
width, you're cooked. Run up from across the road. If there was a few blokes, you'd open the gate behind you and tell them wicket keep. But yeah, it was
And was that just hours of that?
hours. Close mates with Nick Maddinson, and he grew up 45 minutes away from me, and then when he was a youngster, he decided to move to Warilla, so we played together and spent a lot of time playing front yard cricket with him.
So at what age do you start to think, okay, maybe I could have a career as a cricketer?
Well, it's always a dream of being a cricketer when you're real young. I don't know how real it feels. It's just obviously a pipe dream, and it's great, but it's really hard to say. Like, I got picked in the New South Wales under-19s from 16, and that's when you start training at the SCG and you see the players and you go, okay, maybe this is closer than what you think.
So you're bowling legs at that stage. What transitions you from being tearaway quick to leg spin?
It's a good question, because I always tell the story that from my knowledge, it's because playing for Warilla Kookaburras as a young man, I was bowling medium pace, and then one day I played a game and this spinner bowled 8 overs in a row, and we were told we can only bowl 4 because we bowled medium pace, and
Don't do stresses to the back.
well, I didn't want it. I wanted the ball in my hand, so Dad was like, well, you have a go at leggies. I reckon. Well, he also said to me, how about you have a go at leggies? You're not going to be big enough, fast enough, and there's too many batters out there. Don't know if he said, and also you're scared of the short ball or something, but he said, why don't you have a go at leggies? So that's, I reckon I was 14, I took over, had a go at some leggies.
And did you, like, as a 14, 15-year-old, were you just plugging away, or were you just dominating and getting big bags of wickets? No time for honesty.
Oh,
you still batting?
I wanted this.
Right, you wanted to bat.
This was not.
Right. So
Yeah.
when Adam says he wants this, he was saying batting, not bowling.
I batted 5 for New South Wales under-19s when I was 18. So that was still yeah, I wanted that, and that was the afterthought. Yeah.
Can I ask a very respectful question?
Yeah, please ask.
What happened to the batty?
Started playing for Australia. When I was playing a lot of first class cricket, I was still scoring runs.
Yeah.
Up to the age of 22, 23, then started playing for Australia. Net time starts to disintegrate. You're facing bowlers at 145, 150.
So you could have been the next Steve Smith as a batter if you'd been given the opportunity in the nets.
Still got time.
They've got, you do. But did you? So you were getting through on your batting. You talked about under 19s. It's the first time I'm going to refer to my notes.
Yep.
No, I'm not big on notes. What have we got here? Okay. 2010 rookie contract off the back of under 19 success for New South Wales, for Australia, but you were behind Horrocks, O'Keefe and Smith. But in 2012-13, on November the 27th, you make your first class debut. And you take 5.
5 for, 50 or something.
Who was your first ever first class wicket? I can't find it, but I saw it on Crick Info. Come on, Zamps.
Might have been Nathan Reardon
No.
or Chris Hartley.
Chris Hartley. I think Reardon was your second one.
Yeah.
First wicket, leg before wicket, Zampa 66. And then, you had a big day. 3 for 17 the second innings, you win. But all of a sudden, you end up in South Australia. So where were you going in New South Wales? You've started nicely, and then all of a sudden you're in a different state. What happened there?
Yeah, it was like kind of just was a last minute thing. To be honest, I was enjoying living in New South Wales as a young man, living in Bondi, having a good time. Started playing first class cricket and Big Bash that same year, and it was cool. I was finally in it.
Yeah.
And then, I think Steve O'Keefe was captain in New South Wales, so there was that to deal with.
I think Horrocks is there. I've written down here as well.
I reckon Horrocks had moved to Queensland already, so
Okay.
it was me. I was battling with Stephen O'Keefe.
Who's the captain?
Who was captain. And South Australia just felt, at the time, you don't know how long it's going to last either. So a 3-year deal and more money. And I was like, so I can work on my game and earn 150 grand more over 3 years
And
do it. So that was a reason as well. But in fact, there was cricket there. There was friends. Hughesy pulled me aside and said it was the best thing he'd ever did. His dad pulled me aside and said, "Why don't you move to South Australia? It'd be good for you. You're not going to play for New South Wales much. Play every game for South Australia." Phil's there, and I was like, once Phil said that to me, I was like, it's maybe something I should consider. It was a young man, 21, moved down there. It was interesting. Like, Adelaide wasn't my favourite place in the world when I first moved there, but my partner, now wife, moved down basically straight away and was living with Travis Head, which he was 19.
Tell me about Travis Head as a 19-year-old.
I don't know if we want to get
He's
into
pretty loose now, to be fair.
I don't know if I want to get into Travis Head as a 19-year-old.
He was just telling me before that he's got to do a 2K time trial, and I won't tell you what time he was aiming for, but he's a good batter. He's a good batter.
He's a good batter. He was a good batter back then too.
He was a bit of a loose cannon, I presume.
He was. Callum Ferguson stitched us up. Don't want to throw Callum under the bus, but I will. It was his family's house, and he said, "We're going to knock it down after you guys live in it, but we want a bond and also sign a lease." So me and Hetty first thing got and bought a pool table. We didn't have a TV, just had a pool table. So every night was snooker, pool, beers, takeaway. It was stuff that young men do. But it was good fun.
Did you get the bond back from the Fergusons?
No, because once we decided to move out, they were like, actually, it's not getting knocked down. We need it. Yeah, but it was good fun. He'll never let me live a few things down. I made him watch the 2013 NRL Grand Final with me, and I, Roosters supporter, and they ended up winning, and I had a good night, and I, for some reason, decided to dance on the top of his car, and big scratches down the windscreen.
This is Eddie's car?
Yeah, he's never let me live it
What
down.
type of vehicle was it?
It was a Commodore. It was so Travis Head. Travis Head then anyway, he's driving Lamborghinis now. You don't know.
I heard
Insane.
that.
Yeah.
Someone just told me that this morning.
Yeah.
He hasn't bought a Lamborghini,
Oh,
has
who
he?
knows? You better ask him.
I did
That's
hear
all over
that
social
rumour.
media.
Is it? Wow, he's gone full Shane Warne. We talk about Australia. I've got a look here. So, 2016, the 6th of February, your one-day international debut in the second match of the Chappell-Hadley series. Congratulations, you're an Australian cricketer. How did you find out?
I actually just lost a Big Bash final, BBL 5 with
What is
the
that
Melbourne
for?
Stars.
That's what they do.
So we did back then. We made them, but we lost them.
Yeah.
Few. So disappointing night. But then Mike Waugh come into the dressing room and said, "You're going to be playing for Australia and New Zealand." So I was,
How understated was he? Because he's an understated customer.
yeah.
Or was
Yeah.
he just like, oh, yeah, you're going to New Zealand type thing? Or
There's a bit of a background to it. So
well, we've got time.
me and Frank. So I've moved to the Melbourne Stars. Had a really good first season, and KP's close with Junior, and he's doing a bit of commentary and
Oh, back in the Channel 10
back in
days.
Channel 10 days.
That's it.
And
That's it.
me and Frankie Royal have gone out for a few beers on Chapel Street, staying at the Olsen there.
Oh, the Olsen, of course.
And we're like walking back, and it's quite late at night, and we see KP with Junior, and can't remember who else was there. There's another commentator, and we're trying to escape that to get into the hotel and get to bed. And KP sees us. He's like, Zamps, Frankie, come here, boys.
Good accent too, by the way. That's a very good KP.
Come here, buddy. And then KP realised, he's like, Junior, aren't you choosing the T20 World Cup squad tomorrow? And Junior's like, yeah, mate. What was that? He goes, who are the leg spinners? And he said, there's Zamps or someone else. And he goes, you have to pick Zamps. He's way better than that other bloke. And Junior's sitting there going, oh, yeah. And basically KP's like, tell him right now he's in. He's picked. I don't know if that ended up helping,
But you're in.
Yeah, next day, Junior taps him on the shoulder, goes, yeah, you're in. And I was like, I wonder if KP's chat that night before it helped. But
So who's your first one-day international wicket? It's a good one too.
Kane Williamson,
Kane Williamson.
caught cover.
Caught Smudger
Yeah.
for 60.
Yeah.
And was it everything... Well, your dad would have been especially pumped, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Did you ring him and tell him, or how did you tell your dad?
My dad's pretty nonchalant.
Is he?
Yeah.
Good on your cock.
Yeah. Yeah. Mum, pretty chilled out as well. She's excitable mum, but both pretty chilled. They made the trip over.
Was it everything you thought it would be growing up to be...
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, my dad loved AB, and I got presented with my first cap. Was from AB.
There's none better.
No.
We're here, Alan Waterfield.
Yeah.
He's the greatest of
Yeah.
great men.
Yeah, and dad loved watching him. Actually, my dad preferred to watch West Indians players back in the day, but he had a bit of a soft spot for Alan Border. So I got the cap off him, and I don't remember anything that he said because I was just like so tripped out that I was even here. But yeah, it was amazing. It's long time ago now. It's been 10 years, but
Yeah.
I don't remember it totally. But yeah, it's a dream. Couldn't believe it.
And when you're standing now, you've just been playing against South Africa. You'll be off to a World Cup soon in February in India and Sri Lanka. Whoever the captain is, which would be Mitch in the T20 side, says, right, you're on next over Zamps. Tell us the process that you start to go through. Like for all the real cricket nuffs out there.
Yeah, I suppose there is a bit of a process. Like
Sure there is.
now being older, a lot of games in, know what's going on here a lot more, and doing a lot of preparation pre-game. Compared to when you're a young man, you kind of think it's all going to work out. Don't check any footage, don't do any research. It'll be fine. Now it's total opposite when you're older. It's have everything you need to back here.
Like who you're bowling against, you've looked at tape, you've
Yeah.
seen how they've got out, you use the statistics.
Everything.
Do you really?
Yeah.
How much, take it back a step, how much information is accessible to you?
Like whatever you need. It's scoring zones. It's wagon wheels. It's where they score on certain wickets, and where they'll target my style of bowling.
And you take all that in?
As much as I can. Yeah. No, there's never too much information for me, so I always have that. And then when the captain comes on, it's about just taking a little deep breath and then realising what's the job is. If it's, for me, it's with this team, it's taking wickets. So how do I try and make a difference there? Yeah.
So that's your one-day international debut. You make your T20 debut.
Durban.
So it's the fourth match till you take a wicket.
Yeah. Yep.
I looked at the presser and you're like, it's a bit of monkey off the bat. You weren't getting smashed. South Africa, New Zealand.
Yeah, they were like, I think the first game I played was none for 20 or 4, and they were all similar. Might have been one game where it was none for 5 off 1 and Smudge didn't bowl me again.
So who's your first T20 international wicket?
No, I don't know this one.
I hadn't heard this dude, Mohammed Mutton.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, out of Bangladesh.
Yeah.
3 for 23. There's a couple of events I do want to ask you about in a bit of detail.
Mm-hmm.
You won 2 World Cups, as evidenced there by Larry David.
Larry David's holding them.
The first one, I think I was lucky enough to speak to you. You were in a pub, Marshy
And Finchy.
I
remember now.
when you came
I was
back.
at the Bangalow pub.
Yeah, we were dialing you in. And it was off the back of winning that T20 World Cup, which was it 2021?
Mm-hmm.
2021?
Yep, 21.
And some of the best celebrations I've ever seen. Take us into the rooms after you win your first World Cup, the pre-preparations that have been done on for protective eyewear and just the night itself.
Yeah, it was COVID bubbles.
Yes.
Back then, and this one was hard bubble. Boys could go play golf. I'm not a golfer. That was the only time you could be let out of the hotel. So in terms of like team cohesion, it was the best setup you could ever have. We have one floor of the hotel, and go to the pool at certain times, big team room overlooking the this golf course, and it was just, I'd hate to tell you how many drinks were consumed that whole World Cup. Even a few nights before the World Cup final, it was mayhem.
Well, that were very, very different times for all of us.
They were different times.
How did you deal with the constant bubble situation that you were in?
I can't really remember.
Probably.
I remember quarantine.
Yeah.
That was hell.
Where was the worst quarantine? How many quarantines did you do?
The worst one I did was in Melbourne. It was like post an IPL where me and Richard escaped and everyone got to the Maldives.
Yep.
So we got out early. Got punished for it, but got out early.
I did 2 weeks in...
2 weeks in Melbourne.
You got punished as in punished by the IPL?
Well, yeah, it was... Yeah, franchise at the time was a bit like, why are you doing this? Your country's not going to lock you out. And we were like, huh?
They might.
On a bit. And then 2 days later we arrived and they locked everyone out. So it was like...
So you did 14 days in a hotel in Melbourne?
Yeah.
Tough?
Tough. But bubbles were what you made of it. Like, that 2021 World Cup was, in terms of team cohesion and fun, it was one of the best tours I've ever been on.
And the celebration?
Celebrations were, next level.
What were you wearing on your head, Adam?
See the ski goggles and the vintage ACV hat on. That was my memory of my outfit.
Who organised the ski goggles?
I did.
So how far before the World Cup final did you decide, right, we're going to win this and I'm going to be prepared?
Well, it was panic stations. I ordered them off Amazon, and I'm trying to prepare myself to get ready for this first ever World Cup final I've been a part of.
Yep.
At the same time, checking tracking for this Amazon order. We leave at 5:30 p.m. and the Amazon tracking is looking at 5:30.
What? So you're leaving to go to the ground?
We're walking to the bus, and this Amazon thing arrives at the same time. A box gets taken to reception. I think Mitch Swepson runs and gets it, throws it on the bottom of the bus. Cool, forget about it. And then once the game's over, like, oh, that's right. Goggles straight on.
So they're like ski goggles?
Yeah.
And the vision when that music is playing and the champagne and you and your lunatic mate had his ski goggles on, it's some of the great vision I've ever seen.
Yeah. Great memories. Why you play World Cups. I look back on it now, and I'm sure I look back on it when I'm done as the 2 best experiences of my life. And I'd hate to say that one of them's better than the other, but like winning the 2021 World Cup, it's great to be the first Australian team to do it, but man, it's hard to go past the one in India.
So let's talk about the one in India. I have made a few notes. So the 2023 50 over World Cup in India, did you lose the first two?
Yes.
So you lose the first two, and then Australia plays Sri Lanka. They, of 21 overs, are 1 for 125. you lose this game, you're 0-3,
Yep.
you're kissing goodbye to the World Cup. You come on and take 4 for 47.
Yeah, it's obviously great to win the World Cup, and looking back on it, like the fact that we've beaten India in the final and everything, but looking back on that whole journey, the story of like losing the first two, I was bowling like crap, hadn't done my job, and I was feeling pretty crap about it.
Were you feeling under the pump going into Sri Lanka?
I was hurting, body, back spasms, not bowling where I wanted to, and then we had decided not to pick another spinner. There was a couple of times where I wanted to keep myself available for the back end, but if I can't play now, they might have to replace me. And as soon as you're replaced, you're done.
Yeah.
So that game against Sri Lanka.
So you're battling with injury.
Yeah. Back to cricket.
You've lost two, you haven't got any poles, and you could be physically cooked, and Australia could be 0-3 and bundled down the whole show.
Yeah, so I'm not feeling well that Sri Lanka game either. I'm on pen 4, back spasms, ball. I started terribly again, and then just body kind of fought through it, and something clicked, and I then again struggled for a few games with my body, and then finally back spasms ease off, and it's all looking good, and then other stuff happens on the campaign, won't go into detail, but it's all a very interesting campaign.
Well, a couple of things on the campaign. 453 versus Pakistan. I remember the game clearly versus England. So, Australia's skinny, 250 odd, and you came in and made 29 off 19. And I remember talking to Michael Vaughan out the back. Stokes and Butler are going well. And I said, well, this is going to be tight. And I'll never forget, Michael Vaughan said to me, so I was doing TV, he must have been doing BBC. I'm pinching myself, I'm at the World Cup, by the way. And he said, nah, we can't play Zampa. He always knocks us over. 3 for 21, you get Stokes, Butler, and Ali, and beat England. That was, to me, that was an enormous result.
That's not even the favourite part of my day, the wickets.
Well, what's your favourite part? The batting?
30 off 20 and
29 off 90.
29 off, sorry. and the hanger.
And a big catch as well.
So that was my day, that.
That was. Yeah. So you knock off England. Before, I've said before, Zamps, this is about you, but I thought the greatest single sporting performances I'd seen was, I was lucky enough to see Kathy Freeman live win the 400, and then I was lucky enough to see John Aloisi score the penalty against Uruguay.
I'm assuming those two events weren't anywhere near what's coming up.
Well, Glenn Maxwell against Afghanistan was, I think, the best individual sporting performance I've seen. But what is not known, so I got shuffled out of the box once he got to 100, and then Big Ian Smith just wanders in. He's like, righto, just get the small fry out of the way. The big moments are coming. Get Smithy and Ravi and the big guns in. So I went down and watched his next 100 sitting on the boundary line in Mumbai. Take me into the stands, because I think an untold part of this story, as you wouldn't really see it in the coverage, is the amount of times the next man in, Zampa, started wandering down those long stairs and then wandering back up again.
Yeah, it happened twice.
Right.
It is a long staircase.
Tell me about that from your perspective. Again, you lose that, Australia probably don't play the finals.
Yeah, I think they were both Maxi. One of them was... The second one wasn't as bad. So Maxi had got it into a position where the game, it was like run a ball, went out his cramp, and I was like, mate, this could be fine. First one was a LBW review.
Yes.
So everyone was like, oh, that's out. So I was just like, oh, that looks out to me. So I padded up, walked down, DRS, not out, walk back up.
I can see you walking straight back up the stairs.
So beautiful. Hopefully hits a few more. Bang, bang, bang. Cramp, proper cramp, sniped.
He looked dead on the ground.
Yeah, get ready to go down. So I'm got the gloves on again. I'll keep going, so I've gone back up. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm watching the greatest innings of all time. Like, I still remember.
What do you remember?
Well, I remember Andrew McDonald coming up to. So if we had lost this game, the World Cup wasn't over for us, but it was like finish we win the last game, sneak into
Yeah, it was getting
fourth.
tight.
It was getting tight. It wasn't over, but beat Bangladesh last game. But it was win this game and we're into the finals. Pretty sure from memory.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then it was a net run rate equation. So make sure if net run rate's all right, we win, we're fine. So we're 7 for 90. Ronnie goes, if we get to this total, you can just bat as long as you can and get to like 150. A net run rate, we're fine, we win, we're fine. And then...
That's okay, because
So I'm padded up at
you're
7.
at number 5, ready to go, just down the order.
I'm an under 19s number 5.
That's right.
Ronnie's given the information. And then history. I just didn't have to go out at all. So the conversation was like, let's just get to a target that... And fair enough, like, we're not winning that.
And in the sheds, what's unfolding when... Like, you're all professional cricketers that do amazing things yourself. What's the conversation flowing around when Maxi's just seemingly hitting every ball over or to the fence, and then between the overs when everyone's cutting to the ad breaks, Pat's having to walk down his end to stand next to Maxi because he literally couldn't walk to the other end of the pitch?
Yeah, again, can't really remember exactly, but I remember a lot of laughing.
Yeah.
A lot of people thinking that it's surely not like this, surely not. And then once it got tighter and tighter, it was just more like, I think it was, this is actually, we're witnessing the greatest ODI innings of all time. But it was just, boys in that change room in Mumbai, just smacking on the glass, just pumped up. It was just one of those World Cups where so many little events happen. That was one of them, but it's just up and down, an emotional roller coaster, and boy, we were cooked by the end of it.
And then the final itself, I don't know. Still don't know if there was 100, 110, 120, 125. I just remember it was hot in that Cabannas Stadium. I don't know. I'm not a betting man. I don't know what the odds were, but India were heavily favoured. It seemed to be Kohli is going to make 100, India's going to win the World Cup final, and that's what the 125,000 people turned up for. In a way, I think it was a shame it was in the middle of the night here in Australia, because a lot of people won't have seen live just how stunning a game of cricket that was and how momentous a performance it was by your cricket team.
Yeah, and I think the whole thing behind the chat around the wicket doctoring and it was India's World Cup, it was certainly, there was some realness to it.
Oh, my word, there was.
And the fact that they prepared that wicket and we've gone out there and bowled first was like, it was gutsy, but we knew, and we also there was enough history to suggest that this was the right call for us. There was obviously moments in time in the chat saying bat first, runs on the board, but I think Paddy stuck to his guns, Ronnie stuck to his guns with what we knew was coming, and we'd taken a lot of confidence from beating India. We've had so many battles against India and ODI cricket over there, and there's been series where we've beaten them 3-2, 2-1, we've lost 1-2. They've always been really tight, so we've won so many games over there, and I'd always, the night before I was butterflies, I could hardly sleep. I was
really
just feeling sick to the guts about it. But
with nerves and anticipation.
Oh yeah. That night before I hardly got a wink. Just the pressure of it as well, like never being in that position in your life again. This could be the last time you play a one-day World Cup. Just the night before I was, jitters, just all the emotions that you can think of. But I had a lot of confidence in what we could do. That's for sure.
Your 10 overs, 1 for 44. There was just a period there where they just could not score a boundary. It was actually amazing to watch, because you send them in, Rowan smacks a couple early before that catch, and it's like, okay, well, if Australia can restrict them to 330, 340, they've done pretty well. It was just, I don't know how long that period where Rahul was batting, etc., they just couldn't score a run. It was extraordinary to watch.
Yeah, it was graft. It was one of those wickets. It was an absolute graft. Paddy changed the momentum of the game with his spell.
Got Virat.
But that was the whole thing around the wicket and the slowness of it. It was tough going during the day, and then you saw that little twilight period. Remember how much it was swinging around and how tough it was for the batters in the power play. And then once a little bit of dew hit the ground and hit the wicket, it was Heady made it look like it was batting on a road. So.
And what's the culmination of a campaign like that in the rooms with your mates afterwards?
Yeah.
I can see you smiling.
Yeah, good. We were talking about it the other day. It's still talking about the celebrations. A few of us still get wound up by the fact that we had a T20 series right after in India.
Yes.
But we made the most of a few days after that.
Were the sunglasses that Hetty were wearing famously, were they by you?
Yeah. Yeah,
You need to tell me that
vintage
story.
Bolos. Oh, Hetty's only just given them back to me.
Has he?
Yeah. So where are those bolos, mate? He goes, oh yeah, I'll bring them, and there's scratches everywhere. But yeah, that was good time, good memories.
Mate, you mentioned, and I don't want to upset you at all, but you mentioned Phillip Hughes earlier on and the relationship you had with him. How did that whole period transpire for you? I'm sure it was I don't know what it was like when you found out. I don't know where you were.
I was playing the game.
You were playing in that match.
Yeah.
You were playing for New South. Oh, you played for South Australia.
So I was
you were. Sorry, mate.
I was in Phillip's team. A lot of close mates in the opposition. Sean, Maddo.
So are you on the what?
In the away dressing rooms.
So are you watching the game live?
Yeah. It was tough. I think, it's shock, and it's the actual day I don't really remember much of. The days and the weeks that come after it. You lose a good friend, and a lot of your close friends suffer. It's sad. I miss him still. And
What do you miss about him?
Oh, he's the way he lit up the room. Just the way that he made a group gel, and he was always a good time. I'd never seen Hughesy feel like he was down in the dumps. He was always bruz, let's have a beer, let's have a good time. He was family orientated. He was always back at his farm. He was, the way that I live now, I kind of look back and think maybe there was something a lot to do with how he lived his life, how I'd have tried to live mine since. That's for sure. But yeah, it was hard, mate. And then I think the hardest part about the Hughesy thing was the whole character test afterwards. It was...
How do you mean?
I think there was a lot of pressure on the players to play Shield cricket not long after, and if you didn't, there was a bit of a mark against your name. I didn't play Shield cricket after. I really found it hard. But some guys, I think got their arm twisted into doing it. It was the worst thing they possibly... I think South Australia the next week got bowled out for 30 or 40, having bouncers bowled to them. So I think it was disappointing from a higher up point of view that felt like it was a character test. Just had one of your good mates pass away, and I think that was probably the most disappointing part of it. But looking back, it's a relationship I'll cherish for forever. I think I've taken a lot from what he's done into my own life, it was tough. But we had the 10-year anniversary last year. I actually played in the Shield game. So it's kind of a nice way to celebrate. Sean played as well, and obviously he's a young man who has gone through a lot.
Yes.
His character has been tested, but he's so resilient, and he played that game, and to be there with him for that, it was kind of a moment to also cherish as well. Like, it was something I'd rather be a part of than not. But we miss him. We all miss him, mate.
Like, T20, you've taken more wickets than anyone in Australia in white ball cricket. You've had an unbelievable one-day international career. You've won 2 World Cups. Test cricket came up revolving around you and I this time a year ago, and I was out in the middle of BBL grounds asking you about it. You were trying to play Shield cricket. You had an incredible career. Is there still a thought of Test cricket, or are you just so happy with what you've done, as you should be, that's okay, I've represented my country at the highest level, and that's me?
That's where it's at, mate.
Yeah. And you're completely sweet with that?
Yeah, definitely. Mate, I would have loved to have played Test cricket, but all the history and all the statistics suggest that leg spin, it's not, there's not a lot of... I think I mentioned this to you last year when we spoke about it.
We did.
There's not a lot of leg spin. There might not be a place for leg spin in Test cricket.
Which is a tremendous shame, because that is the best part of the game.
Yeah.
Like watching Warney or Stewie McGill or these leg spinners over time, that's when you can't turn the telly off.
Yeah.
Zamps, because it's either going over the rope, to the rope, or there's going to be a pole.
Yeah, it's like showmanship, isn't it?
It
And
is.
There'll never be anyone like, even we were lucky to have McGill,
Yeah.
let alone have Warren.
Yeah.
Probably two of the best
Absolutely.
leggies ever existed in Test cricket. So we were lucky, and maybe that's where it is. It's the skill of the people, but it's also just the style of cricket that happens in Test cricket now.
It's a great shame.
But if you'd said to me when I was a young boy, if I want to play 250 games for my country in white ball cricket or play a couple of Test matches, I'm taking the 250. And I've made a life and a career out of it, and made good money, and able to look after my family because of it. And then there's other goals as well, like 2 World Cups, and I've still got a few years left playing for white ball cricket in Australia. So for Australia, I should say. So I wouldn't change it. Maybe the dream was there, but it's gone.
In 10 years, this fascinates me. In 10 years, what will Adam Zampa be doing? Let's say you retired from cricket. if you still think you're playing in 10 years, let's say in 15 years' time, like what is your world, do you reckon? I would like to know the answer to this.
I don't think I'll be playing at 43.
No?
I don't think I've got the Imran Tar here. He's 46 and still going around. But I think I mentioned it to you earlier, the property and, family, and I would like to get myself in a position now where I've worked so hard that my wife can kind of do what she wants. She's got that freedom later, and I'd love to be able to earn enough money off the property to be a father and work the property. And I know it seems very simple,
but for a man that spends his life in hotel rooms, I can completely understand that.
Yeah, I wish I don't wish I kind of know that I want to spend my days swimming in the creek and growing my food and living a pretty easy, simple life, mate. It's I don't know if I'm cut out for the travel and.
What about a bit of
forever
Fox cricket commentary? I think I've never suggested this to you. I think you would be a hit. I think the people would come for what you have to say, and I would love it when the boss said to you, "All right, we need to wear a suit and tie today," and I used to look at Warnie and he'd say, "Right, H, we're not going to wear a tie today and see what happens." I think you'd be the new leg spinner to do that for us.
Maybe. When I was younger, I was like, when cricket's done, I don't want to have anything to do with it. But I think naturally it's the thing that you've done forever and you love it, and it's the thing So if there was, mentoring young spinners or talking about cricket somewhere, it's maybe. But I think core amount of my time will be
sitting in the creek,
doing nothing and enjoying that, mate.
Zamps, you've had tremendous success in your chosen field, and you know the weight of this question now. We always finish this way because you've got a little fella, and if that's your choice, I hope you have many more racing around the property with you. For those, I always try and choose a different example. For those that want to be a curator here and the best curator in world cricket at the Allan Border Field, or those that want to be an architect designing the Stuart Law stand behind us, what advice would you give to the youngsters out there that are hoping to achieve success in their field? Not necessarily in sport, but just in their life.
I'm trying to think, mate. Why do I do everything I do?
I like that you are considering the answer rather than just saying whatever pops into your head.
I don't know. I don't know if there's exact advice, but I think there's an element of being successful. So I've always been driven behind the fact that I actually don't think I'm as skillful. So my trade and my dream is to be a leg spinner and to be the best leg spinner, but I've always thought that I'm the least skillful out of the lot.
Yes.
I look around the world and at what I do, and I see others, and I go, they can do things that I can't, but what can I do to make sure that what I'm doing gets me as close to, and if not, elevates me to be better. So it's definitely thinking outside the box. It's clear goals, it's preparation, and it's it sound really cliche, but there's desire. There's that burn still now to be the best possible version of Adam Zampa. I'm not trying to be Rashid Khan, but I've always just been driven by feeling like maybe there's more. I don't really know how to put it into one line or one word, but I've always felt like there's more to get out of myself. It's hard, mate. Like it's could have said something easy, like just have fun and enjoy it, but
No, I like
sometimes it's not that enjoyable.
I like it. Hey, Zamps, I appreciate you joining on the Howie Games. I love watching you play cricket, but more importantly, I love the way you roll. It's a pleasure to have a chat with you.
Thanks,
and
Howie.
good luck this summer,
Cheers,
mate.
mate.
Well done.
Thanks for having me, mate.
Ta.
Good on you.